All right, welcome back to Ardenfell. Yay! The session where there will be absolutely no sea monsters, I promise.
I don't know. I don't like that you brought that up.
Sea monster? I think he's complaining.
I'm like posting sea monster tokens as we speak. What? No.
Just take over the land. Okay, back on track.
Yes, you guys finished, you got your incremental advance, you got your full heal up, you did quite a few tough battles last session, which you guys just totally kicked ass at. And when last we left, I should probably move you guys, well, no, there's no real reason to move you over there, to the battlefield where you were at. We're gonna say we stopped right when that battle ended. Actually, I'll go ahead and move us over there just in case there's something you guys want to do. So, ball is in your court. Basically, this is right where the last person dropped dead.
Oh, yeah, and the Knolls are still...
Oh,
yeah, that
that guy.
Null.
That's right, him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it's probably a good thing I put you on the map.
So, yeah, I promised I wouldn't kill him. And, wait, who was initially talking to him? Because I was initially talking to him.
That
think
was
it was
Cole.
Cole.
It was Cole, so why is he meandering away?
Oh.
Cole.
Oh.
Hey, Jarek.
Jarek, by this point, has stripped off his robe and tunic and has, like, his back to Cole and is trying to dig, like, the arrowheads out of his chest. Yes, Cole.
What you did back there?
Jarek, like, slowly rotates his head and stops digging for the arrowhead.
Is it a possibility that I can learn to do that?
Jarek goes through, like, a mixture of, like, facial expressions and then settles on a confused one and says, "Well, I don't know. Do you have any magical ability in you?"
How do I know that?
He says, "Well, I'm not much of a teacher. Normally that would just sort of either manifest either through luck or come through years of training. And well, what I do is necromancy, and necromancy involves a close relationship with the Lich King. You have to steal power from him or be granted that power."
A gift, then.
Not necessarily a gift so much as theft, but I can't really explain how to do it. It just happens. I'm not really a teacher.
And Cole will look like he's deep in thought.
Jared says, "However, it's possible in our travels that we might uncover some sort of like scrolls or scripts or what have you. I don't have any with me that teaches the basics of spellcasting, but if you keep an eye out, it might be possible that you can find some rudimentary basics, and maybe if we get back to the Wood Elves, you can find someone who will instruct you on basic magic principles, like maybe Lady Celine. And with that in mind, you could begin some rudimentary knowledge, which would allow you to do what I do."
Sounds boring. But if I'm allowed to explode like you do, I guess it's worth it.
He says, "Boring things can lead to great things. And more boring things."
And he will then realize that there's still a person alive that we should be talking to. And go
Well,
back.
actually, I was going to do a scene perhaps with Finn and Keen while you guys were doing that. So I was
Go
just
for it.
waiting for that to be done. So,
Baby Junior's just hopping around here, like, growling at this Null.
The Null's just
Great.
taking a step or two back. He doesn't look
Okay.
scared, but he definitely doesn't look threatening either. He looks
All right.
resigned.
good. Good. Pearson's going to look over at the Knoll and say, "Okay, well, make yourself comfortable. Sit down. We're gonna talk."
The Null will look at Pearson and then slowly sit down, keeping his hands on his knees. Like, he sits down cross-legged, which you've never actually seen a Null do before.
That's fine. Pearson's gonna stand there, and he goes, "Oh, this is good, good." You see, normally our friend over there, and he points all the way over to Jarek. He normally gets to talk with you guys. He's a professional interrogator, but he's a little busy right now, which means I get to talk with you, which is great because I take a much more direct path. So here's the deal. You're going to tell us everything that you know, and if I think you're holding off, you hesitate, anything like that, her wolf right there is going to start chomping off bits of you. Okay?
The Null nods.
Great.
Excuse me.
So, I guess here's the big question. How did you know we would be here?
We were told by the Master to lay ambush for anyone passing this area.
Oh, I see. So not just us in particular, just anyone who came around this area. This is the Master's territory?
He holds up his hands in a shrug. I don't even know who you are, but yes, this is the Master's territory.
Good, good. Oh, by the way, Finn, King, if you have any other questions, feel free to jump in. This is a very loose interrogation.
You got it.
So who is the Master?
The Null looks at you and cocks his head and he says, "The Master is the Master. I know him by no other name."
Okay, what does he do?
He rules my people and our land, and he rises the dead, and he kills those who displease him. Most importantly, he gives orders and we follow.
Why? Why do you follow him?
He rules over our people and rises the dead and kills those who displease him.
Okay, you're really close from getting a chomp, okay? So, let's try this again. Last time I checked, is he a Null?
No, he is undead.
He is undead. Okay. So, why do you serve him? As in the sense of, why didn't all you other Nulls rise up against him? Do you like what he does? Do you approve of it?
The Null looks at you again honestly and then cocks his head and says, "You know of, I believe, my master. The world knows of him, and you must surely understand even a small amount of his strength."
Well, see, a lot of people go by the name Master, honestly. And if you don't know him by any other title, I can't say that I know him. So,
Then let me answer it this way. I have no doubt in my mind that if he were to choose it, the Master and his servants could wipe out my entire race.
gotcha. Okay. All right. Now we're finished with this a little bit. Let's get down to the important stuff. Where's your master now?
He points to the temple.
Okay. Now, how do you get into the temple?
I don't get into the temple. We gnolls and trolls stay on the outskirts. Very few are allowed entrance.
Okay, who are allowed entrance?
The servants of the Master, the undead, I believe you call them liches or wraiths.
Uh-huh. Okay, and how do they enter the temple?
He shrugs. Through the door. There is no lock on it, as far as I understand.
Is that the only entrance?
That I am aware of.
Okay. Liches and wraiths, you say? Where are they, typically? Where do they go? Where do they roam? Do they live in this territory, or do they go outside of it?
They leave often. Much of their time is spent in the temple. Unfortunately, I am but a common soldier patrolling these lands. As for where they go and what they do, I would not have that information even if they decided to give it to me. It is not my place.
All right, well, let's talk about what your actual place is. Your actual place is to be useful to us because we hold your life in our hands, right? So, you say you're a patroller, right? You know this area quite well. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Would you stake your life on the knowledge of these lands?
I would.
Good, because you're going to. What you're going to do is that you're going to navigate us to that temple, as close to that temple as your knowledge allows. And you're going to make sure we avoid any of your other friends, okay? Because obviously, if you try to trick us, you're dead, right? If you mislead us, you're dead. But if you do what we say, then I don't see any reason why you can't keep living your little Knowlish life. How does that bargain strike you?
He considers you and the wolf growling at him, and he says, I honestly don't believe a word of it, but I also understand that I have very little choice in the matter. I will guide you.
And why don't you believe us? If I wanted to kill you, you'd have a knife in your throat right now.
He nods, and then looks at all of his dead comrades and looks back to you and says, you might yet kill me when I stop being useful.
Yeah, I guess that's always a risk, but like you said, there's nothing you can really do about it.
He nods.
The more you make yourself useful, though, the less likely we're going to want to kill you. Just keep that in mind. So just keep doing a good job.
I gave you my word, human. You will reach the temple without encountering any other of my kind. I will march you right up to the door itself, but I cannot go inside.
Oh, that's fine. You don't need... Well, wait. Why can't you go inside?
Because there are some fates worse than death, human.
All right. Want to be a little bit more specific?
He shrugs and says, the wraiths that are inside could do far worse to me than you could. While I'm not eager to die by your hands, I would not enter that temple for all the gold in the world.
Okay. There we go. So, last question for you. When you do what we say, and when we let you go, what are you going to do with your newfound life and freedom?
He shakes his head. I think you misunderstand, human. I have no freedom. When you let me go, I will seek out my brothers and return to my tribe and continue to fulfill my duty.
I see. You're duty bound.
He looks at you oddly. Humans do not have honor?
No. Many humans do have honor. Many, many humans do.
And he's silent.
Okay. Anyone else? Any other questions for this Null?
No.
I'm good.
Jarek, Cole, you got any questions you want to pipe up with? Or are we going to put this guy to work?
Jarek slowly wheels his head around and says, well, have you asked him how long he and his group knew about us?
He didn't know about us specifically. He just said they were sent here to plan an ambush for anyone who passed by. He doesn't even know who we are.
How long ago was that?
How long ago? Speak.
He thinks back 6 cycles of the sun.
You're just, well, I think that shoots down Cole's idea. I think they know we're coming.
Well, maybe we'll save a little bit of extra time then with this guy. At the very least, he'll prevent any additional conflict until we speak with the master. And then Pearson will give a little smile to the Null. Well, pack up, not your weapons and your armor, of course, but get together what you need. We're going to head out here pretty darn soon, and we'll always have our eyes on you, so you know not to run. You're smart.
Oh, go ahead.
A question. Jarek will actually like slowly approach and jerk his head at the Null. Nulls are honor bound. You would rather serve the Lich King at any turn. I think it's reasonable to suggest that the Null might very well lead us into another group of Nulls and Trolls. I would much prefer not taking the Null with us and, say, tying it to one of the numerous dead trees around here. Give him a few hours. He'll be able to break free. That should be more than enough time for us to gain a sufficient lead and do whatever we need to do at the ruins.
All right. Just one moment. It's a decent plan, but you said Knowles are duty-bound. He himself said so. So how about this, Noel? Swear to us, on your honor, on your clan, on your word, that you will not lead us into a trap.
The Null does exactly as you ask, word for word.
There you go. Honor-bound. I say it's worth taking the risk. At the very least, if we don't use this knowledge, we might stumble upon another party of them anyway.
Jarek will not assent.
The Null will look at his weapons and say, if you truly intend to let me go when you're done, I ask that you take my weapons with you. No Null should return to its tribe without its weapons. You can leave them hundreds of feet behind you, or however you feel safe about it.
No, I'm thinking, hey, Cole, are you up for picking up a couple weapons? He's a big guy. He can handle it.
What kind of weapons is he going to be holding?
It's actually a shield and an axe.
All right. Cole will shrug and pick up shield and axe.
There you go. No problem. And I don't think unarmed you're going to get that past our friend Cole here. Yeah.
Could always leave them here, make the Null walk back to the battlefield.
Maybe. But let's save him a bit of the trip anyway.
I kind of want to see Cole chuck them, to be honest.
Well.
See Cole, like, with the axe in hand, just kind of like feign throwing it, seeing how much it weighs.
Is the Null bleeding pretty badly?
Yes. He doesn't show much signs of it, but yes.
Okay. Before we go, we're going to have to patch him up. A blood trail, you understand. If someone wanted to track us, they can do so very easily with his blood. Any volunteers?
I'm going to reach into my backpack unless anybody else wants to do anything.
Not volunteering.
Baby Junior's licking the blood.
I'm going to give him an adventure tier potion.
Oh, hold up. There's no need for that. All we need is just some bands of cloth to bandage the wound.
Keen's going to shrug.
The Null says, if you will, that, and he'll point to a dead Null's corpse. There is a bottle on him with a brown substance. If you apply it to my wounds, they will stop bleeding.
Okay. I'll go over and grab the bottle.
You see a bottle of it's clear. The stuff inside looks almost like a brown putty or clay. That's very moldable, like a paste.
Okay. I'll take it. Then I'll put my stuff down and start applying it to his wounds.
All right. It goes on fairly easily. And true to the word, you put it on there, and almost immediately it bubbles a little bit, and then the blood stops coming out. It doesn't seem like it's doing any sort of healing, but and out of character, it's clotting the blood. But in character, just it's causing the blood to stop flowing.
Yeah. It's just
Excellent.
stabilization,
Right.
essentially. I'm gonna keep the bottle.
Okay.
All right.
Were you once at the quarry?
The Null shakes his head.
You've been here in these ruins. How many cycles?
Since I was born 15 years ago.
Where is your group that you will be returning to?
We are nomadic. I cannot say exactly where they are now. I would have to pick up their scent and track them.
They live on the island.
He nods. In this area, yes.
Do you know how many gnolls there were at the quarry to the north? Or how many came down here?
He thinks for a second. The quarry to the north. Many dozens. He thinks for a second and then says, 80 at least of my brothers were in the quarry, last I knew.
Did any of those quarry brothers come down here to these ruins within, say, the past 21 cycles?
The Null shakes his head. It is possible, but I did not see them. However, the time frame you give, I was on the other side of this land.
So, how many of your brothers do you know, or at least think there to be, in this area? And Jarek gestures to the blighted landscape.
200, split into 5 groups. Tribes, you would call them.
All right. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm going to try and use some of this brown putty on my wound.
All right. It stops bleeding. You don't feel any different, i.e. no hit points restored.
I know.
But yeah, it does stop bleeding.
That's fine.
It's okay, you got a full heal up anyway. Yeah!
Yeah.
Full heal up. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
All right,
Now,
Noel.
I'll just put my tunic back on.
Good
I'll
job, baby
I'll,
Junior.
I'll scratch behind Baby Junior's. Okay. Not. Don't lick the face. Okay. I don't know where your mouth is.
He's like reaching out, trying to get to your face.
No.
The Knoll, unsteadily, he stands up and sniffs the air and then says, "We should move soon. Others will come to investigate the blood."
All right.
go.
Let's go.
So, how exactly are you proceeding? I mean, like, are you prodding the Knoll in front of you? Are you...
I mean, I think it would be. It's up to the group too, but I'm thinking it's good for him to take lead, but with someone close behind him to make sure he doesn't run away.
Pearson's
Yeah.
a great example of someone to be right behind the knoll.
Yeah, I
Finn
think
would keep
I
her
could be right behind
daggers
him.
out.
Oh yeah, no, we'll have our weapons out
Yeah.
just in case. But since my hands are my weapons, yeah, I'll stick. I'll be on this knoll like putty on glue. He's wounded anyway, so I don't think he'd get very far. And then the rest of you fine folks can proceed as you'd like to.
I'll
Like
cover
as
our
far as-
flank.
If we get to walking for a few minutes, Jarek will actually speak up to the others and say, "So I've been thinking
Mm-hmm.
about what Lady Celine wrote. Now, as much as I don't value her, I don't think she would have given us something completely useless given the severity of the situation. I think that the words were initially misinterpreted. You see, I'm not going to go too much into explanations, but all necromancers, like myself, well, all necromancers in general, whenever we gain this power, we either get something or take something from the Lich King. It's a part of the Jarek sort of like the Lich King holds all of the power, all of the mastery of death. And in order to actually become what I am, you have to steal it or be given it as a gift. In that case, the words that were provided by Lady Celine, by her grandfather, might extrapolate to mean anyone who has stolen this gift, an essential many necromancer. As such, we might not have to take this artifact with us to Shadowhold.
What would we be able to do instead?
I might actually be able to destroy it here on this island. I don't know that for sure, but it's a reason to be more optimistic.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, I'll try to break it.
Yeah, Finn gives Cole a thumbs up.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of good old-fashioned elbow grease.
Yeah. And like I said before, that if there is an agent of the Lich King here, he might have some way of destroying it as well. We have many options.
So if one of them works.
Yeah.
The quick question, just because I don't want to assume, would any of this have been overheard by your Null captive?
Since
Oh,
we're
I'm
not
sure
gonna-
all of
yeah,
it would be.
Okay.
Yeah?
He would look at you and say, Lich King, I've heard the name before. I believe it is used for my master, yes?
Yeah, that's true. But you said you didn't know any of their titles. That's a shame. Strike one.
He shakes his head and says, I did not know that the Lich King was one that would be used for my master. But there are liches, and he is king, and I am not stupid.
Okay. Well, keep going.
Behind Colmore, after the Null says something, or it says that, Keen's just going to give the Null a thumbs up.
He doesn't seem to acknowledge it in any way. So, basically, for many hours, he leads you towards the temple, stopping once or twice to sniff the air. On one occasion, he stops and tells you all to remain silent, and you see in the distance a pack of gnolls and trolls pass off about a quarter of a mile away. And when it is safe to do so, he starts leading you towards the temple again. And after about 7 hours or so, he leads you right up to the temple and right up to the door, and actually walks up to the door to within 10 feet of it, and then finally stops and says, I go no further.
Truer words than you know. I have bad news for you.
Derek says, really?
Yeah, really. He knows our names. He knows what we're going to do. We can't let him live, so I will grant you one last gift. Although I didn't give you my word, I will promise a swift death to you if you do not struggle. Very quick, blink of an eye.
Didn't you actually promise that you wouldn't actually do anything by your hands? Why would he actually trust any promise you're making right now?
Well, because I can make him die quick or I can make him die slow. I'd rather make him die quick. You're right, I did give him my word. But my word means shit. I do not...
The Null shakes his head and kind of calmly sits back down and says, so humans do not have honor.
Oh, no. Other humans have honor. This human does not have honor. Honor, you see, is a crutch used by other individuals. Everyone has a limit. Everyone has something
Will
that
you
they
please
won't
finish
do.
it already so we can get through the door?
The Null says, if you have honor at all, then at least face me in combat and don't kill me like an animal.
Look, we're wasting time. We're wasting precious time that we can use to destroy this fucking thing. Cole, throw the weapons. It can leave.
No.
It can leave.
It will not leave.
It will leave.
It
Pearson,
will
maybe they're
not
right.
leave.
Pearson,
No. He will go back to his clan, and after we're done doing what we're done here, we will have 1,000 gnolls surrounding us. He will not leave. He will
There
die
isn't
quickly.
1,000 gnolls here.
I don't care if it's more than 3. It's more than the risk that we need to take. I'll kill him quick in one-on-one combat. That way everyone can be happy. Come on, Null. Stand up.
The Null stands up.
Let's go. I'll still try to make it fucking quick. And I guess, should we roll initiative?
Sure. Actually, I'll let you go first. Hang on
All
a
right.
second. Let me try and find if there's any sort of claw attack for gnolls. I don't think there is. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. No, I'm just gonna take its normal damage and half it. All right.
All right. I'm going to roll a strike. I'm going to try to do a grasp around his neck and just try to snap it.
All right.
Got 20.
That is definitely a
AC.
hit.
Okay, so I'll just roll one. I guess it should just be my standard damage, right?
Correct.
Standard melee damage, so 48. Oh, he's probably staggered at this point, isn't he?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, wow. Then that is 22 points of damage.
All right. You straight up snap his neck.
Great. And when his body falls on the ground, Pearson will look at the group and be like, there, problem solved. Nice and quick. And we don't have to worry about anything.
Cole will go over and lay down his weapons next to him.
Touching.
All right. Null's dead. You guys are at the entrance of the temple. I should point out that the temple does rise above the ground. So right now, you can see pretty far. You're above the ground, so you can see many miles out, and you might be visible as well. So.
Okay. Who's first?
Go for it,
Go
killer.
for it.
Damn straight I'm a killer. You're just lucky I'm on your side. And with that, I'll step through.
Cole will follow closely behind.
Finn nervously follows Cole.
Jarek shoots a glance at Keen.
He'll shoot at Keen will shoot a glance at Jarek and motion for him to go.
Jarek will slowly follow behind Finian.
And I'll go last.
All right. If you guys scroll down a bit, you should be able to see your characters. Let me know if that's
That
not the
is-
case.
That
I
is not
see
the case.
nothing.
I see
I
blackness.
see nothing.
I see nothing.
Oh, great.
Blackness
Right.
like Pearson's soul.
And my hood's definitely not down.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
I
This-
open my eyes.
Oh,
Oh, here we go.
This is truly the darkest dungeon.
Ah, nice. Such a good game.
hang on. Let me try and change it this way. There. Oh, I see what happened. All right, I gotta give
Oh,
you guys
there
your
we go.
sight real quick. Again. Cole, you should be able to see something.
I see something. Am I not allowed to see?
Yeah, you're allowed to see.
Where's Baby Junior?
Right next to you.
Okay.
Sweet.
Kind of
I
camouflaged.
actually,
Oh, there he is. Camouflage.
I don't see a thing.
All right, I'll try and
You're still working on it.
re-give you sight. Well, his should have already worked, but that's fine.
I have sight now.
Yes, good. So at least doing this fix is working. Da, 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 da. Keen, you should have sight now. Pearson, that should be you.
Oh.
And Cole. That should be you.
Okay. Move around a bit to see if I actually see
Ooh,
anything.
I like.
Yeah, I just full disclosure, I didn't make this dungeon.
Oh,
I
that's
wish
fine.
I could have,
You
but
don't.
nope.
That's wonderful about having all sorts of resources online.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't see.
You still can't see
It's a-
anything?
Here, hold
It's
my
just a
hand.
big, giant, black
Black
rectangle.
square.
All right.
Have you tried zooming in and zooming out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes that.
Okay.
All right. Let me just get your character out of there and put a new one in.
That might work.
A new Cole, because that goal's not there.
Oh my god. Oh, Cole, you're bigger. Oh, never mind.
I wish I was big. Cole shows up. Oh God, not that big.
Turns into Tom Hanks.
How about now?
Oh, man.
Did that work?
Yes.
Awesome.
There I am.
Everyone else has sight?
Yes.
Yes.
Groovy. All right, so yeah, this is what you see before you. I'm trying out something new, which is I learned how to do doors with dynamic lighting, which means when you open a door, everyone should be able to see past it.
For my girders.
And it should work fairly well. So, as you can see, this temple clearly does not look like it was built by. Well, I wouldn't say by Nulls. You don't know much about them, but it is very well built and extremely old.
Ugh.
There's cobwebs and dust and tools, furniture like bookshelves and such, but it looks like it has not been touched in literally hundreds of years.
So I should say a thing about raves.
Okay.
Oh,
You won't hear them coming.
joy.
Okay.
It's ominous.
Will they be able to hear us?
Jarek shrugs.
Well, maybe if we're lucky and we stay quiet. Maybe we don't even have to meet. My instinct tells me that this master, whoever's controlling this land, will be probably at the top. Is that right, Jarek? Or would...
Jarek shrugs.
Well, I guess let's just find out.
All right, just so you guys know, this looks like a bookshelf, but it's actually a door. And that's the only door
What?
you see.
Oh,
Right
This right
okay.
here.
Yeah, that right there.
Okay.
It's the only door
What's
that
that
you see.
pool
so
in
far.
front of us?
That is actually a table
Okay.
that looks incredibly old and decrepit, but it was made out of some sort of blue marble.
That looked like a fountain to me. My
I know,
God,
right?
that's
It's
that is
amazing.
the
They did
best-
great
that-
jobs. Great
I
craftsmanship.
know.
Yeah.
What an incredible table. We need to like take that back with us and sell it.
All right.
Cole, you know what to do. No.
It's a
All
bit
right.
large for Cole.
So we're gonna be. I don't know. I know Pearson's gonna be trying to moving as quiet as he can, keep his eyes sharp. If no one's really allowed in here, that means that things might be booby trapped. So he's gonna keep an eye out for that. Of course, I'm willing to make as many rolls as you would like, GM,
All right.
at any time. But just I'd let that be known. As I guess we should head over to the first door.
I am
Mhm.
going to, for the sake of not making you waste a lot of time, for roleplay
Yeah.
reasons, we can definitely say that you're checking. You're not going to
Yeah.
run into any traps, so I'm not going to make you kill the time to actually do rolls and stuff.
Cool. All right. Cool.
So, but for
I'm
roleplay
just so
reasons,
good.
I love that you want to do it. I just feel it would be disingenuous to make you roll each time when there's really nothing at all for you to find.
Okie dokie. Cool.
All right. However, I should also point out that there are lit torches on the wall, which is why you can see so well. And they look like they are either they look for all intents and purposes like they're well tended to. Jarek, you would know with your magical background that there are, of course, magical torches and implements that could run for many, many years, but you don't really know how to tell the difference.
Or one of them like actually like affixed to the wall, or can I mage hand one of them? over to
They're
me?
they're all fixed to the wall, but you could definitely mage hand one and see what happens.
All right, Jarek will mage hand one of the torches to his hand.
All right, the torch flies out of the wall right to your hand. It is a normal torch.
Does it actually like generate heat, or is it just the light?
No, actually, it does not generate heat.
Fantastic. That's actually something that that Jarek wants. I was actually going to ask like some sort of like magic ritual to make these in the future. This is great. And Jarek's like, all right.
You do find out when you're holding it that you can just simply through your negative energy you can extinguish it and ignite it. It would
I didn't
take
even have to wrap it up. Okay.
no, yeah, it would take a
Wow.
quick action to extinguish or to light it.
All right, that's fine with me.
However, yeah, like you said, the flame itself gives no heat, so it only generates light.
If I were to pick up the torch and then call it an asshole, would that negative energy cause that to turn on and off too? It's a different kind of negative energy. It's more of abusive energy. But I'm just fucking with you. I'm good. All right.
The sad thing is, I could see Squee like maybe, like wheels
Yeah,
are
I
turning.
guess.
No, actually, the what was going through my head was, should I make him try?
No, I'm just kidding. So, although Jarek warned us that we won't be hearing wraiths coming, this is more a force of habit for Pearson to press his ear against the door,
All right.
take a listen, and then open her up.
Inside, you do actually give me a listen check
Okay.
to see
Ooh,
what you
okay.
do.
All right. Level. Oh wait, are we? No, we're still level 4 technically,
Yeah.
aren't we?
Yeah.
Level 4 plus, I believe for listen was half my born on the streets,
Correct.
plus my awareness, which is wisdom, which is nothing really. So 13.
All right. You hear what sounds like dripping water, and it's hard to tell. It could be splashing. It could be just water moving due to whatever's dripping. So so there's water of some kind.
Okay, I'll communicate that to the group. Are we ready?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, no guts, no glory, and I'll open up the first door.
I'm actually going to take both torches from the northern wall and put one of them out and put that one into my backpack and carry the lit one.
All right.
Squig. Okay. Just wanted you to know. I put that on my character sheet. Woo!
All righty. Thank you.
Oh
Loot.
boy,
Yeah.
No. not the kind of loot that I
So
like.
you open the door, and it
Those
squeaks open with a very, and
boy.
immediately you see a pack of ghouls that are squatting in rancid water turn to face you, and four look like larger ghouls. Like, they're not bigger than you, but they're bigger than the pack that you see in the rancid water. And they all look up and start ambling towards you. And roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
let's see.
just bad guys. Yeah, pretty sure the bad guys.
That was from last session.
I know.
Yes.
I'm just
Yeah.
being a little. I'm being a little silly.
Try to
don't know.
roll lower than me. Try.
2d20, a 7 and a 5. So I get a 7.
I tried, Cole.
Oh,
I tried.
He tried.
Put his best foot forward.
All right. So, let's see. Has everyone rolled initiative? Can I go ahead and order this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Jarek is before me.
All right, then.
No, I totally think that you should be before me. We have a tied dexterity, and you're actually closer. Maybe you can actually see the situation. I'm busy looking at torches.
This is
We have a
really
tied
nice.
dexterity? I thought you were higher.
I have a dexterity of 18. You have a dexterity
yeah.
of 18.
So,
Okay, fine.
fair warning, the pack of ghouls are mooks.
Yeah.
Just because it's been a long time since we faced mooks. I wanted to make sure everyone
Damn
was
it,
aware.
Mook spell. I should have asked you before this session whether we'd find any mooks. I mook negative energy spell. Damn it.
No mook about it. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Mook, mook.
Jarek, you are first, sir.
No, Keen is first.
Oh, Keen is first. Okay,
Okay.
yes. So Keen is first.
Okay. Can I see any of them?
I don't know. Can you
From-
see any of them?
I can.
Okay. Well, here's the way we're gonna
From that-
this
from that
dungeon and
vantage
roll.
point?
If you can see it, you can see him. Because I'm assuming like Pearson can't see what Keen is seeing and what Cole is seeing. So, in fact, do me a
Yes.
favor, Cole. I'm gonna move you right back, but do me a favor. Can you see into the room, Cole?
No.
Good. So if you can see it, you can see it.
I mean,
Okay,
move
then I'm
back to
gonna-
where I was.
Yeah,
Like,
Cole.
that's
I'm sorry.
what
Yeah,
the-
Piff, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to move back to where I was.
There we go.
Yeah,
No,
but
please, God,
that'll
I'm
make it very.
sorry.
That was. I spent a lot of time with that, so that we don't have to worry about that. If your character can see it, you can see it.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the mooks.
All right, shoot at the mooks.
Okay, so
So many mooks.
So
plus
many
3
mooks.
plus 2, so 15. Attack. Normal. That is not a crit,
No.
but that is 36 damage.
36 damage. Okay, hang on a second.
Oh yeah, those are mooks. Okay.
So you're gonna have to describe how you just killed 3 of them.
Awesome. One arrow just pierced one into another, and
Oh, okay.
they just crumple.
And they just crumble. So there's only 2 left in that group.
I'm gonna start calling you Merida
Merida?
from Brave, because she was really good at bow
Oh,
and arrow.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that.
I've never actually seen it, but I've seen the trailer for it.
Hmm.
You just need long, luscious red locks.
It wasn't a
Draw
bad
it.
movie.
It's
Dry.
done.
Okay.
Jarek?
I was waiting for the GM's confirmation. That was my
Yep.
turn.
You
Yeah,
it
that
is
was
your
my
turn,
turn.
sir.
That's done.
All right. Well, you move action to take me here. I still don't see anything, but apparently people are shooting. All right, that's cool. I guess. I'll keep my eyes out. Maybe I'll creep around to this end of the table.
For all you know, Keen's just shooting at shadows and
Oh,
walls.
that's the actual mob? We're supposed to whatever. I guess that is the mob of ghouls. I thought that was like some sort of like feature. I didn't think it would show up like that. It's a weird
Nope.
token.
I
Let me look down at that.
I was sitting there going, how would I make a mook token? That's
No,
how
it,
I
it
chose.
looks good. It looks good.
All right, in that case, since Jarek has a lot of experience with ghouls, he'll say, "Be careful not to let them touch you. Otherwise, I'll have to put you down. Don't want you turning into a ghoul." In turn.
Oh dear.
right. So with that bit of knowledge, Pearson is going to do as such. The door, you said it cracked, like it really squeaked, right? Is it because it was rusty or because it was rubbing against the ground?
Both.
Okay, great. And it's a pretty heavy door?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to close the door and put my weight on it. And after I close, I'll be like, I might need a little hand here, but I'm thinking maybe if we're strong enough, we just let them in one at a time, and you can dispatch them as they come through the crack.
The sound of the door breaking will alert other people within this ruin.
Oh, we've already alerted plenty. It's a sturdy door. It might not break. I think whatever. I think this is the best way, cuz I don't want these things to touch me either. So I'm gonna brace myself up against the door, and if it gets too much, then someone will have to help me. Make sense?
Yeah.
So because I want to wait to hear them come against the door, and they'll probably try to push back, and then we just try to open it up just a little bit, and you guys can plink away at them as they're trying to sift through the crack one by one. That's my turn.
I guess Finn will come over and help brace the door as well, and then Baby Junior's gonna run behind Cole. That's my turn.
Okay.
All right. Hold door. How does the door look, by the way? Does it look sturdy?
Yes, it looks sturdy. Old, but it's not unbreakable or anything. But and Pearson, you would know this by shoving it. It is. It was a well-crafted door. It was just well-crafted centuries ago.
Yep.
All right. Cole will also help brace the door.
Perfect. I think then with our strength, we can control this situation.
All right. So it's the bad guy's turn. They don't seem to be moving towards you.
Let's just wait a moment.
They
Take a listen.
to be more specific, they were moving towards you when the door started closing. They stopped.
Smart
Good,
little
good.
fuckers.
No. We can use this to our advantage. Wait, do we have something? Do we have something that can look like a human being? Like, can we rig something up real quick? Use it as a decoy. What? What? I'm just spitballing here.
Jarek shakes his head and looks questioningly at Keen.
Wait. Is that a coffin behind you, Jarek? What is behind him? This square thing.
A wooden crate.
Oh, great.
Well, if this were Metal Gear Solid, I know what I'd do.
Hide in the crate.
I would
All right.
walk while inside the crate past the ghouls.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a
Or we
minute.
could just kill more.
Wait, how big is this crate?
It's big enough,
God.
Finn. It's big enough.
Finn
all of
kind of
us?
looks back.
Not for all
got
of
an
you,
idea,
no.
Finn?
For 1 or 2 people, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Are there any more crates?
Looks like there's 2.
Yeah, not enough for the whole party. I'd say enough for 2 of you.
Damn
I'm
it.
just looking
Okay,
at the
never
room.
mind.
Look. Why don't we just open the door so I can shoot more? Huh?
He's got a point. I have a bow and arrow I can fire if you want to hang
All right.
back, Pearson.
All right. Plan 2. I will. All right. You all have something ranged, which is great. Maybe I can run distraction. I'll open the door. Maybe they'll go for me, and you guys can plink away at them in the meantime. Sound like a
Okay.
plan? All right. Well, then get in
Yeah.
get in position then. Gilmore says as he gets in front of the door.
Can we get into position, Squee, or do we have to take turns?
You can get into position. They're not making any hostile actions towards you.
All right, then I
Okay,
guess Finn will
I'll
get around.
just- There you go. I'm good. I'm literally good right here.
I'll back up. Gives Pearson space. Okay, yep, I'm good.
Groovy. All right. Here we go. And with that, Pearson will throw the door open once again.
All right.
Dinner
Escalation
time,
die.
uglies.
Escalation die is not going up because you guys were not really.
afraid?
I'm not saying you did anything wrong, but you weren't really pressing the attack, so there's not much
Yeah.
momentum to be had here.
Yeah,
It might have gone up, but in the time that it took to close the door and
Right.
everything, it went back down.
Right. So, Keen, it is your turn.
Okay, and I see all of that and everything again.
Correct.
I am going to shoot at this guy back here.
All right.
So that is going to be another first strike. So crit range 15, 0.
That's going to be a hit.
23 damage.
Hang on a second. Let me verify everything. Okay. 23 damage. So, all right, you hit him really hard. He's staggered.
Mhm. That is my turn.
Right. Well, Jarek no longer has a spell which is capable of reaching far away, and I don't feel like moving the situation. Jarek is actually going to chuck one of his seldom-used throwing knives at the mob of ghouls. 15 versus armor class.
Let's see here. Against the mooks, yes.
Against
It's a
the
miss.
All right. The throwing knife goes sailing past into the darkness. That will end Jarek's turn.
Mhm.
I don't need you to I know what my character does. And I'm ending my turn now.
Oh,
No,
man.
no.
Yeah.
Vern, you just did it wrong. It needs to have more sassy.
Anyways. Am I good to go?
Yes.
All right. So, how fast do these things move a little bit? Are they shambling? Are they moving just like a regular human being? Do you think they're faster than me?
I have to.
What's the deal, GM?
Yeah, I have to preference this with what you've seen so far in the turn order. They turn towards you slowly, but they have, like Grim said, they haven't yet to walk or move.
Okay, then would I be able to hold an action then?
Would you be able to what?
Like hold an action, like just move forward a little bit, and once they start coming towards me, if they look like they're getting too close, oh my god, there's more around there. Well, 'cause this is
Well,
so-
nope,
this
you
is what I
can't.
wanna
You can't
do.
hold your move action anymore. You could.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Let me explain what I want to do,
Mhm.
and then you can maybe help me out figure out the mechanic. All
Alright.
right. What I want to do, what I would like to do, is try to use my speed as much as possible. I understand if they're faster than me, no problem. But I want to try to weave around them and avoid them. You know what I mean? Like try to stay in front of them.
Okay.
Now, when we have a turn order, it kind of makes that tricky. You know what I mean? I move, they move, I move, they move, right? But my goal is to, for lack of a better word, kite these guys. You know what I mean? So I would like to try to do that. So that's what I was thinking about, like holding an action. If it looks like they're trying to get ahead of me, then I just, convert my action, my standard action into a move action. If this isn't possible, then that's fine. But
it's not that it's impossible, but as a GM, I feel compelled to tell you that in this enclosed room, they would not have to move very fast to be able to get attacks of opportunity on you.
Fuck it, I move back. I move back. Done my turn.
All right, Finn.
Right? All right, then I will pull out my bow and arrows, and let's see how far away. Okay. What?
You can hit any of them.
Okay, cool. Is that okay? I have the pre-made macro squee. Would I just roll the attack D8? Would that be
Yes,
is that
correct.
for the arrows? That's what I thought. Okay, cool. Okay. Boop doop doo 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 doo. Where is my button? There we go. Oh yeah, look at that.
That's going to be a
Fantastic.
miss.
All right, cool.
Miss damage. By the way, Grim, did you get miss damage?
No,
your
necromancers
dagger?
don't
Okay.
deal missed attacks with that.
I didn't think so, but I should ask because I've been wrong before. All right. Okay.
The only one that doesn't deal miss damage with their ranged attacks is Grim
Okay.
in the group.
Is Baby Junior doing anything?
He just sits down panting.
Okay. Cool.
Paul will see what the gauntlets will give him today. Should I roll a d20?
D20, please.
Alright. I got
That's
a
a
9.
9. All right. Let's see. That's about average. So, you... Surprise, surprise. You
Tell
get a
me.
saw blade, which is +2 to hit and +4 damage. Giant saw
Ooh.
blade.
Holy
Used
shit.
to be
Alright.
it used to be 18 on the table. Now it's 9.
+2 to hit, +4 damage. Got it. I never liked mooks. Let's go after some mooks.
Alrighty.
They'll deal ongoing damage to us, everyone. You have to kill them.
Fucking there. That's another +4 to the 32. That's 36.
We just fucking like blade all of their heads off.
Yeah.
It would be a clean cut, but the saw blade was just tilted, so not. They're all sort of like their shoulders in 2 different places and things like that.
Well, that's one group of dead mooks.
You know what? Cole's satisfied. I think that'll be the end of his turn.
All right. It is now the bad guy's turn. So, Keen, the one that you hit with the arrow, looks down at the arrow for a split second and then rises his head back and screeches an unearthly screech. And with that, every single ghoul starts charging the door. And they charge.
It almost sounded like every single girl charges the door. So like, oh,
Shit.
Are there any of them that can't? Let's see.
Shit.
This one. Okay. Okay. So, which ones go first? I think. Well, these are closer, so it's gonna be. Da 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 da.
Oh my god!
Here.
Oh my god!
Da, da, da.
Oh my god!
So that plan, why don't you just open the door so I can shoot at them? Here we go.
And I'm actually gonna say these
It
guys
can be like that.
kind of can't get through the door yet because there happens to be a bunch of mooks in the way. But they are rushing you now. Luckily, they had to use both actions to move because none of them within 30 feet of you. So this is going to be their turn.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to hang on because they're ghouls. They're like packing up.
Yeah. Are Finn and I engaged?
Yes. You
Okay.
two most absolutely are. Jarek, I would say you're not just because your placement's fortuitous. But I will say that your momentum went to 1 at least.
No.
There you go. All right, Keen, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to roll to disengage.
Hang on a second. I've
If-
never
how-
actually.
how-
Huh?
Well, how many are in that mob? 'Cause
5.
He would like have. In that
5.
case, it would be
Yeah.
like a roll to disengage check, like a -4 penalty.
Right.
I don't know. Like,
I think it's -2 per person.
okay.
So it's going to be
Per
a minus.
person?
Yeah, per
Shit.
person.
Minus
But
10?
before you
So,
do that though, let me
pa-
check that.
Page 163.
Thank
You
you,
can
sir.
disengage from more than one foe, but your roll takes a -1 penalty for each foe
Okay.
beyond the first.
Good. I was
Okay.
doubling that for some reason. So basically just a -4 penalty.
Okay.
That's
That makes it.
No,
No.
11 or
No,
higher.
that
11 or
That
higher.
fails.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost made it.
I'll use my quick action to aim and shoot at the mooks that are right next to me.
All right.
So crit value of 15 because it's first time attacking them. +1.
Now, since they're a single target, that means that doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, right?
Correct. I'm gonna go with that rule.
Yeah. It's a mob of mooks.
Yeah. I think that one way or the other, it's more than fair to do it that way.
I'm
That's
using my gauntlets
a
to
miss.
re-roll that.
Okay.
Yup.
That's also a miss.
You got
I'm-
a +1.
Okay.
So it's 8 miss damage, right?
Yeah.
All right. You skim one pretty hard, but they're all still standing.
Ooh.
All right.
Yep, I'll stay there.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. This one was the one that Keen injured, right? All these others
Correct.
back here on the injured, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to target this one back here in the back with a spell, and I'll describe an effect if we see whether it actually hits. The spell is called Command Undead. That's a whopping 14 versus magic defense on that ghoul.
Let's take a look here. Ghouls aren't exactly.
Or mental defense.
Yeah, ghouls
Excuse
aren't
me.
exactly known for their. That's a hit.
Okay. With that in mind, then Jarek actually raises a skeletal hand, and instead of like any sort of like kneel thing, he points at that ghoul back there and says, "Obey." And that ghoul is confused. A hard save ends that, so 16 or higher.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And of course, confused, since we've had it put on us, particularly Jarek on several occasions, ends up being that he like fucking attacks like nearby allies
Right.
until he like shakes the effect.
It's generally nearby allies or anything nearby if there's no allies or nothing at all if there's nothing. But obviously he's going to be hitting allies.
Right. Well, you know, those beefier types, particularly Keen, they've got a handle on the situation. I like the other side of that table. New action, Jarek rushes past Cole around the table. I'll end my turn.
Does that mean Finn's one of those beefier types?
She definitely has more hit points, and
It's
she's
true.
most certainly stronger than Jarek is. I end my turn.
All right, Pearson.
I'm going to take out a potion of physical damage dampening and drink it.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll 2d4. 6.
Not bad. So for the rest of this combat, anytime you take damage from, well, any of these sources, you will remove 6 points from it.
All right. So that would be my quick and my standard action, correct?
Correct.
So as my movement action, I'll just move a little bit closer.
All right.
Get ready.
Finn.
All right. Forget the bow and arrows. Finn doesn't see Keen moving, so she's not moving either. So she's gonna pull out her daggers and attack the group of mooks in front of her.
All right.
So here we go. No,
Good Joker.
Jesus.
Damn.
Oh shit! Holy fuck!
Okay.
she's stabbing me!
Okay, so that's definitely a crit. So that's going to be 46. And also, if you would please add, 4d6 for Blades of Abandon?
Oh shit! Yeah. Hang on. Let's see. That is.
That
I think
extra
it's another
46.
2d6.
No, because I got the
She upgraded.
advanced. Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah. Then
So
an
it's-
extra 46.
Now, are those extra damage dice doubled with a crit, or are those separate from the critical roll?
I am going to.
It's added to the original.
Yeah,
if I recall.
We can look up in the book. I was going to say that probably wouldn't be doubled because the magic power isn't doubled from a crit. Just
I don't think it's double.
yeah.
Either.
So it's just going to be another 16. However, that said, that is more than enough to slaughter the whole group. So, Finn, I guess dances around the mooks, slaughtering them.
Basically, a helicopter maneuver.
You just killed
Finn
5
spins
things.
around like a ballerina, increasing in speed until she slices and dices through all the undead creatures around her.
Like
The best part is you have a second attack to use.
Yeah,
that
it's going.
other-
It's going at the people or at the mooks that are attacking Keen.
It's like River in that movie Serenity.
Jared takes a
Shit.
free action to be absolutely amazed by what's in front of him.
Wow, that is going to be another hit, and it's on the other mook band.
Yep, on the ones on Keen.
All right. It's going to be. Hang on a second. All right. 2 of them fall dead. There's only 3 left.
Woo!
Yep.
Turn.
Baby Junior.
Oh yeah, Baby Junior will come up and just try biting at one of the mooks. He can't. He's too excited.
I understand. That's going to be
Oh.
a miss, though.
He just ends up nipping the air.
All
Yum.
right. After all that carnage and slaughter, anything else you want to do?
No, we're good.
All right.